A botched bank robbery turns into what Los Angeles police call their most intense shootout ever.
Well, 2 suspects are dead, 9 officers injured, and 5 bystanders hurt. But before we show you what happened, we really need to warn you. Some of the pictures you're about to see include the suspects being shot and killed.
I think I'm taking fire.
It started when LA police interrupted a bank robbery.
Reports of gunfire and with automatic weapons. Use caution.
Heavily armed suspects dressed like commandos started firing with automatic weapons. Officers fired back.
Bullets flying, sounds, shots, cars screaming, people running.
One suspect jumped in a getaway car. The other used it as a shield as he fired at virtually everything in sight.
We are overmanned, overgunned.
Police shot and killed one of the suspects when he moved out into the open. Later, officers cornered the suspect in the getaway car and killed him. Still on the lookout for other suspects, police rammed a storage shed but didn't find anyone. Police say the suspects were wanted by the FBI for a series of robberies. Tonight, they're still not sure if any other suspects are on the loose.
Listen to this. Early on in this gunfire, the officers apparently were outgunned, so they resorted to nearby gun stores to go in there and find more powerful weapons.
They actually borrowed weapons from a gun store. Well, police in the Valley say it's a growing problem across the country. Criminals better armed than officers who must stop them. I have to tell you, we got a little problem with the lighting in the studio right now. It's not your television set. As News 15's Mark Lodato reports, Phoenix police hope they have the people and weapons in place to handle a problem similar to the one in Los Angeles.
Emergency traffic suspected with a gun.
83 Frank, Channel 3.
Phoenix Police Sergeant Frank Milstead knows with every call he may be facing a high-powered weapon.
Those type of things are, I mean, they're out there all the time and you never know, but it could just be a traffic stop where you run across something. It's just, the officers have always got to be on their toes and always paying attention to what they're doing or they'll get hurt.
Armed with semi-automatic pistols and shotguns, patrol officers can quickly find themselves outgunned, like this Los Angeles officer did today.
You're out there with a 9mm with 17 rounds in it, shooting with a guy who's got a fully automatic weapon. I don't think it could be any worse.
We've got quite a bit of armament, and hopefully that's whatever happened in California doesn't happen here.
Phoenix Police Sergeant Mike Torres watched Los Angeles officers try and initially failed to contain the suspects armed with fully automatic machine guns.
You saw what happened there with the officers with the handguns. They're spraying bullets all around the suspect on the ground, and they're not hitting him.
But this former SWAT team leader believes Phoenix police could quickly respond to a similar situation armed with powerful weapons of their own. Throughout the city are neighborhood response teams. You see them most often on bicycles. But close by in their cars, these officers have semi-automatic rifles.
They are the quick fix. They're not tied to a beat. They respond to hot spots throughout the city.
You know, those weapons are good for specific situations, but you know, for really what the beat cop does, shotguns and handguns are really our best weapons.
And of course, also on duty 24 hours a day are SWAT teams with both semi-automatic and fully automatic weapons. But even if they had the option, you heard Sergeant Milstead say many regular patrol officers say they wouldn't want a semi-automatic rifle. That's because those weapons are very powerful, and unlike criminals, cops have to worry about where that round goes if they miss or if the bullet doesn't stop with the primary target, something that the criminals just don't have to think about.
Right.
Mark, did the Phoenix police officers give you any kind of insight as to whether or not they can learn from a situation like this?
They say they look at situations like this and they try to learn from them. They're going to look at this tape, much as they did after the Rodney King incited riots several years ago in Los Angeles also.
Well, thanks to all those TV helicopters up there. They've got a lot of tape to look at.
That's true.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
Thanks a lot.